Welcome to Immigration Quicktake. This is Ellie Rutledge Silver with the American Immigration Lawyers Association. On Friday, Senators Graham and Durbin introduced the Bridge Act to protect Dreamers. Here to share an update on that and more is Chen, Director of Advocacy for AILA. Greg, thanks for joining me. First, tell me about the Bridge Act.
Last week, just before the recess of the Congress for the winter holidays, Senator Graham, along with several other senators, introduced the Bridge Act, a bill designed to protect the DACA-eligible population from immediate enforcement under the new administration and from losing the work authorizations they already have. The idea is that this population is highly compelling and also going to be at risk of enforcement because they came forward and might be subject to enforcement. It, of course, does not give any kind of permanent protection because it's only a temporary reprieve, and the protection would last only 3 years after enactment if the bill becomes law. AILA issued a press statement applauding and welcoming the introduction of the bill. 5 other senators, including 3 Democrats, Senators Durbin, Schumer, and Feinstein, as well as Republicans Flake and Murkowski, were co-sponsors of the bill. The main thing to realize is that this bill is not meant as a replacement for the effort to find more comprehensive solutions to the immigration system, and those efforts will continue to be critical in the new year.
Also on Friday, Senator Flake introduced the SAFE Act. What would this bill do?
Also on the eve of the close of Congress, Senator Flake not only joined the Bridge Act with Senator Graham, but he introduced his own bill called the SAFE Act, which has one component that is almost identical, or maybe identical, to the Bridge Act, protecting the DACA population. But in addition, he adds an enforcement provision that would crack down on people who are unlawfully present here and also who are being arrested for certain crimes. Now, the problem with this bill, even though it's designed to go after people who may have allegedly criminal backgrounds and are unlawfully present, is that it first of all requires their mandatory detention during the period of time when they're under arrest for the local charge or by the local jurisdiction. It has no requirement, however, that the person actually be convicted and requires their detention even after the locality's proceedings are ended. Furthermore, the bill would require that people be detained during the time when their immigration proceedings are pending and mandates that those proceedings be done within 90 days, which will almost certainly abridge due process, deny people the opportunity to have counsel and a fair proceeding before the immigration courts. It is extremely unfortunate that Senator Flake, the longtime champion of immigration reform, decided that he had to add this kind of severe enforcement provision to a bill that would protect the DACA population, as if the only way to protect dreamers, those who have lived here for so long in the United States and know no other home but the United States, that the only way to protect them would be to require that severe enforcement that abridges due process would have to be done at the same time.
Finally, Congress passed a continuing resolution on Friday to fund the federal government temporarily. What does that mean for the next Congress?
Just before recessing, Congress also passed a continuing resolution to keep the federal government open until April 28th of next year. That appropriations continuing resolution bill includes 4 immigration-related programs: the E-Verify program, as well as 3 programs that AILA has long supported: the EB-5 Regional Center, the Conrad Physicians Program, and the Non-Minister Special Religious Worker Program. All those programs continue in their existing format with no substantial changes at all. We will need to come back in the new year to keep pressing for the reauthorization of those 3 programs. In addition, the H-2B returning worker exemption that AILA fought for this time was not included in the CR. That's a very important provision that we will come back in the spring to ask to be included in the next appropriations bill.
Thanks, Greg, for joining me. For the rest of you, please stay tuned for more updates from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.